Hi everyone, this is Abhinav from Phone Bunch and today we are reviewing the Karbonn Sparkle V or Karbonn Sparkle 5. It comes with a 1.3 GHz quad-core MediaTek processor, 1 GB of RAM, a 4.5-inch FWVGA IPS display, priced at about Rs 6399. It's an Android One device running KitKat 4.4.4. On the left you can see there's absolutely nothing. At the top you have your 3.5 audio jack. On the right you have your power lock and unlock button as well as the volume rocker. Both are very sturdy, offer good feedback as well. There is quite a bit of difference in build between the Canvas A1 and the Karbonn Sparkle V. You can see right there, instead of having rounded sides, it has flat, and the matte surfaces of the back cover are different as well. The Karbonn Sparkle V definitely seems sturdier, but if you look in the front, there's almost no difference. They are actually identical. Now moving to the back, you have a 5 megapixel autofocus camera with a bright LED flash. There's a bit of a camera hump right there, but not as bad as the Canvas A1. And at the bottom you have the speakerphone, again which is rectangular instead of being round like the Canvas A1 and the Spice Stream Uno. At the bottom you have the microphone, micro USB data syncing and charging port, space to open the back cover. There is no secondary noise cancellation microphone on any of the Android One smartphones. The back cover in itself you can see is very solid. There's a bit of bending there, but there is no flex whatsoever. On the insides you have two micro SIM card slots, micro SD card slot which can take up to 32 gigs of storage and a 1700 mAh battery. Absolutely similar specs as the rest of the Android One smartphones. Now in terms of benchmarks also, all three Android One smartphones got same scores, but I do prefer the overall design as well as attention to detail of the Karbonn Sparkle V. It just seems better to hold in your hand. Now moving to the front, you do have a notification LED right there, glowing green in color. You have a round earpiece, a 2 megapixel front camera, proximity and light sensors right up top, a 4.5-inch FWVGA IPS panel, and you have on-screen buttons. But even then you can see that the bezels are quite large, similar to other Android One smartphones. Now if we talk about the display, it has good viewing angles. There is no visible distortion in brightness or colors when you tilt the display. We saw that in gaming as well. Good touch response, no ghosting or freezing either. Now let's change some wallpapers. You'll be able to see color reproduction yourself. Now the displays on all these three phones are similar as well. They have good color reproduction. Now this is the default Android KitKat dialer. We didn't have any major issues with network. Call quality is good. Both the earpiece and speakerphone are loud. They don't rattle. The Karbonn Sparkle V, just like the other Android One smartphones, is also dual SIM. It's 3G cable and you can choose which SIM card to use for your mobile data, messages as well as voice calls. You do have Wi-Fi hotspot, Bluetooth as well as USB tethering. No loss of connectivity here. And GPS is also available along with a magnetic field sensor for better navigation. You have a 5 megapixel primary camera as well as a 2 megapixel front facing camera, photosphere, panorama, all modes are available. You can see right here the back camera is capable of recording 1080p videos at 30 fps and 720p from the front camera, again at 30 fps. You do have touch to focus, HDR mode is also available. Now this is an autofocus camera, therefore video quality is rather decent and the images do turn out to be rather good. Let's have a look at some image samples. You can see right here, this is a very sharp image, very little noise and excellent color reproduction. Now if we look at this brick wall as well, good color reproduction. There's a bit of smoothing going on here. Again, these color samples do look really nice. Moving on, if we zoom in on the image, you can see that even though not a lot of detail is captured, there is very little noise in this image. Now this is a dust shot and you can still see good color reproduction, very little noise. Now on the left you have normal, on the right HDR. The HDR mode does work fine without overexposing images. In good ambient light, this camera is capable of taking decent shots. You'll get similar results from the Canvas A1 as well as the Spice Stream Uno. All have the same camera module. Now coming to music playback, this is the bundled headset you get within the box. These are just enough alright for listening to music, but don't have that much bass. Now this is the new Google Play Music app. It has been updated with material design. And you can see right here, equalizer is also available. You do have FM radio available. It's able to find channels rather quickly. And you can record FM in stereo quality as well with just a single tap. Now we are playing a 1080p video. I can see right here, playback is smooth. There is no ghosting or freezing of any kind. There is no stutter in playback as well. Now we are playing our review of the Asus Zenfone 4 over YouTube. It's playing at 480p, maximum supported by the display. And you can see right here as well, there are no issues with video playback over YouTube. Now moving on to software, this phone is running Android 4.4.4 KitKat right out of the box, and it will be updated to Android 5.0 Lollipop. It's running the Google Now launcher, which you see right there. Google Now is always to the left, and with the recent update, you can invoke it from anywhere, even on the lock screen. Okay Google, what's the weather like? And there you have the answer. So you have a stock build of Android 4.4.4 KitKat running on this phone, which you see right here. There is no change whatsoever. Now Android One devices are like Nexus devices, but at a budget price. You have about 2.3 gigs of internal storage out of the 4 gig ROM. You can expand it with a 32 GB micro SD card. App and app data can be moved, but USB OTG is not supported. Now in terms of battery life, you can easily get 1 day of usage with medium use, but heavy users would have to rely on overnight charging. You have about 250 to 400 MB of RAM, that's free in general use. Even with heavy usage, RAM management is rather good on the Android One smartphones. You have pattern, PIN and password apart from face unlock in security settings. Android Device Manager is also available to lock, find, erase or ring your device in case it gets lost. Now this is the default AOSP Android keyboard with gesture functionality. It's very smooth to type on. We have already loaded phonebunch.com. It's our mobile website, and you can see that there are no issues with scrolling. Even in our full website, we didn't notice any lag. Performance is rather good, as is pinch to zoom. The touch response of the display is really good as well, and the text is quite readable. Even in terms of general usage, I didn't find much lag in this device. There are no issues with the launcher itself or any other part of the OS. Apps open up quickly, and you can easily switch between apps as well. So RAM management is rather good on this device, as is on other Android One smartphones. Even in terms of gaming, we didn't face any lag in even some of the higher end games that we tried. Most games played absolutely perfect, even with just 1 gig of RAM. Moreover, the phone doesn't get heated up when you are playing games, even higher end ones. Now wrapping it all up, the Karbonn Sparkle V has a decent display, and I do like the build as well as design of this device over the Micromax Canvas A1 and the Spice Stream Uno. It is good, solidly built. I didn't find any creaking or flex anywhere. Moreover, it has excellent performance just like the other Android One smartphones, a decent enough camera as well, a great price tag of $6399 and a promise of upgrades for Android for the next 15 months, including the major Android 5.0 Lollipop release. We'll be back with more. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. You can watch the gaming review of the Karbonn Sparkle V from right here, as well as the full review of the Micromax Canvas A1. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a great day.